Hey everybody, what's going on? It's been somewhat of an uneventful week after the NHL draft took center stage last week for the Montreal Canadiens, but this is exactly what you want from this team and this management group right now. So you should be thrilled that this team did nothing in free agency and kept staying to the plan, which is exactly what this team has needed over the last decade. One of the biggest complaints that people had during the Marc Bergevin tenure as Montreal Canadiens general manager was that there didn't ever seem to be a plan in place that made sense for the longevity of this franchise. Ken Hughes, on the other hand, you can tell that this franchise now has a goal in mind. They're going to continue on this retool path, rebuilding path, whatever you want to call it. You can tell that by the patience he's shown as general manager, specifically not trading Jeff Petrie just for scraps or just to get his cap hit off the books. This is a general manager that is very calm right now, knows what he has to do with this franchise and moving forward, and there's a clear, set, organized goal in mind. And it just seems that Marc Bergevin didn't have that in mind when he was general manager of the Montreal Canadiens. There were moments where it looked like the team was going to go into a rebuild, and there were other moments where he looked like he was going to dive into free agency. There just never seemed to be that full-on end goal, and it looks like Ken Hughes and Jeff Gordon have that in mind, and they're putting a team in place that makes a lot of sense for future success of this franchise. Player development is obviously the most important thing right now for this Montreal Canadiens organization, and Kent Hughes highlighted that by signing 3 AHL tweeners, 2 contracts in this free agency period. This is going to help bolster the Laval Rocket, and putting the young kids in a position to succeed with the Laval Rocket is so integral to what this team is looking to build in the future. And doing this is exactly what Ken Hughes should be doing at the moment. I think it's very promising that you have to put these kids in a winning environment first, especially if you look at what the Montreal Canadiens are likely going to go through over the next 2 years. Keeping kids in Laval, developing them properly, putting them in a winning environment is so integral for their development. And I just think that Ken Hughes sees that. He knows what he has to do in terms of player development right now, and he's doing that along with hiring 2 more people into his analytics staff. This is just a lot of good things right now that Ken Hughes is putting together for this Montreal Canadiens team, and I think that the future is only going to be brighter because of that. Ken Hughes said multiple times during his media availability yesterday that he had the chance to trade Jeff Petrie yesterday, but it just didn't make a lot of sense because it was essentially going to be a cap dump move, and the Montreal Canadiens don't need to do that. They know what Petrie is, what he is valuable at, and if they can't get assets for him right now, they can just wait and hold on to him. In fact, if Petrie hadn't requested that trade, he'd likely still be in the Montreal Canadiens plans moving forward. So I think that Ken Hughes and company are doing the right thing here by not just letting him go for scraps. They know that he has value. They know what he can offer the Montreal Canadiens in terms of a veteran presence on the back end. So it's just smart asset management to not deal him for scraps like the Vegas Golden Knights did with Max Pacioretty and multiple other teams are doing on the free agent market right now. So this is just another thing to be really confident about with Ken Hughes and really like about the path that he's showing with this Montreal Canadiens franchise. That's it for me today from Cook's Corner. As always, let me know in the comment section down below what you think of Kent Hughes' minor moves during free agency and his reluctance to trade Jeff Petrie for limited return. I'm Zach Cook. We'll see you later.